The book of Luke, chapter 19, verse 43. For the days shall come upon thee, that thine enemies shall cast a trench about thee, and compass thee round, and keep thee in on every side. First and foremost, I want to give all infinite honors, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakwakwadosh. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and to the other Akim out here pushing this truth into the four winds. Keep pushing, Akim. We almost out of here, man. So I just looked up the articles on King Trump and how he intends to send these troops into these inner city communities. Now, inner city community is basically another way of saying the ghetto, or basically to come in and put a blitz on black people in the ghetto that don't know how to act. He's going after the YNs. He's going after the Jim Jones version of YNs, guys my age and older than me, but act like they're fucking children. They can't even keep their pants pulled up, and they're still in the streets getting killed and killing and going to jail. So he's going to be targeting niggas. We don't have a problem with that. But we also know that he is more of a deliberate hunter than to just be targeting niggas. Okay? He does a lot of things underhanded because that's who he was created to be. Let me get a precept real quick, and we're going to start unloading on scriptures. I ain't going to make it fast. I'm not going to be too long. This is Genesis 3. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord power had made. Now the scriptures call all other nations outside of Israelites beasts. And he calls the so-called white man a serpent. Okay? Because a serpent is crafty, and he's sneaking, and he's conniving, and he's not straight up. He's not. Even though the other nations are beasts and they are not men like us for the most part, they still have a form of dignity and self-respect about themselves. Okay? Not to deviate from this lesson, during that 1,000 years, or during the so-called Dark Ages, when Esau was gone, the other nations were living in harmony, all basically together, man. They have all these vast buildings and all these. You could just tell the world came together when Esau was gone. He really and clearly came together. 1492. Oh, it changed everything, man. It changed everything. Okay. So let me keep on going. Let's get some scriptures, bro. And his subtlety is the reason that he was able to take over in 1492. He came here being subtle, and he had guns. Okay, he had guns. The whole world, prior to Esau coming back in 1492, was living in peace and harmony for the most part, bro. They was living under basically a governmental system called what's the name of that word, man? I looked up, man. God taught me about isonomy, and it's basically just going into peace, man. Okay. All right. Let's get some more. Let's get the precepts. Let's go down the banging, bro. See, these are the times that a lot of these precepts should be coming out, because you can see these things happening before your very eyes. This is Isaiah 59, and I'm gonna get 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. So this flood is coming in. Esau has strategically started placing his chessboards and his basically his military, because this is military. This is not local law enforcement. This is trained military. He's starting to basically set them up strategically around the four winds. King Trump is setting up his loyalists to get physical when the diplomacy fails, and it is going to fail. Okay, and it is going to get physical. But what happened to him last time, he said it's not going to happen to him this time. If he had loyal people in the military, or loyal people with actual carnal power, he wouldn't have gave up that presidency that first time. He doesn't plan on giving it up this time. But there's a lot of things that's going to happen in between that time and here, This is 2nd Ezra 16 and 71. Talking about these troops. Talking about the world, okay? Matter of fact, before I get this, let me get another scripture. This is the feeling that the so-called white man is in toward us, his long lost brother that he hates. Genesis 27:41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. Right now is the time to slay his brother Jacob. And who is his brother Jacob in 2025? The so-called Negroes, Latinos and Hispanics, and the so-called Native Americans, man. Okay? He wants us. He's already started his campaign against the Northern tribe, ICE. But ICE and the troops are going to work together, just like we're prophesied to work together in these last days. The Northern tribe and the Southern tribe come back together, man. Okay? This is Luke 11:49. Therefore also saith the wisdom of God, I will send them prophets and apostles, and some of them they shall slay and persecute. And they're going to use Trump's newly formed militia to come and hunt us down. They're going to use their FBI agents, CIA, and all their little law enforcement minds to get the logistics together so they can know when and how to take us down when they do. You know, it's going to be a coordinated effort because they know that we communicate one with another. And they're going to try to take us all down simultaneously, but they don't understand how the spirit works. They don't understand it, man. And that's why the scripture says, some of them shall they slay and persecute. It says some. Okay. The Lord is going to be with the bulk of us, man. And the Lord is with the ones that get caught. It's just a higher calling, martyrdom. It is. So he's never left us nor forsaken us. It's 2 Ezra 16:71. They shall be like mad men, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. These troops are going to do a whole lot of killing. The weak ones amongst them, and there's some weak ones amongst them, some pacifists, they're probably going to lose their lives when they don't take the lives of the people that are standing up against this new government that Trump is instituting, man. It's new. It's the same beast. It is. But it's just like where we at right here, right now. The scriptures call this a dragon, right? In Genesis, it was called a serpent, right? But us witnessing it, I can't take nothing away from the scriptures. Let's just say we're able to see the dragon's teeth and that fiery breath starting to come up off his ass. We're seeing it. You know, that dragon was just laying down. We seeing that dragon stand up, you know, and start looking, showing his teeth. Okay? Speaking of teeth, let's get a scripture real quick. This is what the so-called white man, Esau Edom, this is what he's going to do to us, man. Because the scripture said. It's in Psalms, the one I want. Let me grab that. It's in Psalms 37:12. The wicked plotteth against the just, and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. Okay? But guess what? The Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. Hey, man, the Lord is going to protect us, bro. All right? At the end of the day, no matter how much logistics, no matter how much planning you got, we are the hidden ones for a reason. And the Lord is going to protect us. Okay? And he's going to make a fool of you. He's going to make a mockery of you. And that same sword that you're drawing out, it's going to end up in your belly. Okay? The wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy and to slay such as be of upright conversation. Their sword shall enter into their own heart, and their bows shall be broken. Okay? The stuff that you're trying to do to us, Esau, is not going to work. But you will stir this place up. A lot of blood is going to be shed, but it's not going to be who you think is going to be, E. Okay? Those troops are going to be utilized. Those guns will be fired. 2 Esdras 15:17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. These are those troops. Outside of those troops, this is going to be your regular American citizen. Everybody's going to be, it's going to be a free for all. Nobody's going to know who to trust if you're not prepared for these things, right? And it's going to be all against all. You know why? Watch this, verse 19. You got to love the Bible, bro. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods. But why? Because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. They're going to be hungry, man. And there's going to be a whole lot of tribulation going on. And it's also going to be, let me get that precept real quick. Watch this. This is going to be another thing that's going to fuel a whole lot of fire and have people ready to kill each other. This is Luke 12:2. For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. So there's going to have document spills, and there's going to have a lot of things that Americans from their inception looked at as facts that's going to be factually shown to be lies. Okay, who the white man is going to be brought out. Who we are is going to be brought out. Certain technologies that they've taken credit for, the timeline and the narrative of American history is going to be found to be a lie. All right, because I'm gonna straight up tell you, man, when they came over here and took over, a lot of things that was reintroduced to us were already here and already invented. A lot of these inventions that Esau takes credit for, he didn't do. I'm not going to use the word inherit, because inherit is something that a parent or a proper previous generation hands down to the next. Okay, what he got was spoils of war. That's why he was making cartoons in the 50s like the Jetsons that depicted iPads and things of this nature. Now, I'm not going to get too deep because that can take you off the deep end. But the world was not a place, generally speaking, throughout all of inception, just rocks and chisels. And as soon as you come into power, technological booms happen. Man, get your ass out of here. So from the time of Adam up until the time that the so-called white man came into power, it was no artificial climate, no transportation other than horses and donkeys, no aviation. I mean, get the fuck out of here, man. You go look at those Capitol buildings. You go look at these government buildings. You go look at these cathedrals. Okay? And you understand that according to his narrative, they were built prior to power tools, cranes, and vehicles to carry this heavy load. Okay? You look at these fucking pillars alone. You look at the intricate work. Then you ask yourself, why did they stop building them? Okay? Man, a lot of these inventions, and like, I'm not going to go into technology. A building is something simple that you can look at, and it's not going to be like he tripping or he going too far. Go look at a simple building and you tell me, did they build it? And then you look at what they building right now. Let's keep on going, bro. Spoils of war. And during his spoils of war time, that's when he changed and rewrote history to make him look like the end all be all, and civilization starts with him and dies with him. That's bullcrap, bro. Isaiah 24:10. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. So you're going to have a lot of people that's going to lose their mind when they realize that Jesus Christ is vain. Buddha is vain. Allah is vain. The whole system was a lie. The white man is very, very, very young-minded when it comes to spirituality and when it comes to invention and things of that nature. They're going to realize that everything that they stole and they forefathers gave them credit for is a lie. And a lot of our simple-minded people, they're going to want to go attack. Matter of fact, the whole world is going to go attack Esau, man. Okay? The whole world, man. And you're going to have a lot of people in this world of those different nations that's going to attack Esau, that's going to jump in for Esau. Oh, it's going to be something else, bro. Isaiah 24:10. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. Okay. There is a crying for wine in the streets. Man, the prophets are going to be gone, man. The prophets are not going to be ducking bullets when y'all out here trying to kill each other. Huh? And y'all hungry? Y'all's time is now to listen, but you're not. And that's what's going to make these judgments so much more personal to you guys. This is 2 Ezra 15-57. Thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall through the sword. Thy cities, keyword is cities. Remember what Trump said, he's sending those troops to these troubled cities. Thy cities shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish with the sword in the field. Okay? You're going to die. And when you run to the field, like to the country, you're going to die. And when you run to the mountains, let's go to verse 58. They that be in the mountains shall die of hunger, and eat their own flesh and drink their own blood, for very hunger of bread and thirst of water. Now, the scripture said those that shall die in the field are going to die by the sword. They're going to be chased, and they're going to have still civil wars in rural areas. And you're also going to have machines powered by AI that's going to chase and hunt you down. Okay? Whether you accept it or not. And it says, thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall through the sword. Thy cities shall be broken down. All right, verse 58. They that be in the mountains shall die of hunger and eat their own flesh. Now, they're not going to cut their own arm off and try to eat their flesh, bro. When you have children, that's the fruit of your body. Okay, that is your own flesh. When you get married, that's your own flesh. So they're going to be eating their spouses. They're going to be eating their families, man. Okay? Because they didn't believe the Lord. Because they believed the lie. Because that lie was convenient. And that lie fed them. Alright? This is okay. You know what? I think I might have covered everything I wanted to cover. Let me make sure real quick. That's basically everything I wanted to cover. Okay. Hey man, look. Get your house in order, bro. Get yourself together. It's wartime. It's about to be a whole lot of blood, guts, mayhem, chaos, testosterone, diesel, gun smoke, man. Okay? Steroids. It's about to be a very masculine time. Well, a lot of men are going to get to do the things that they really want to do. Not talking about us. We're spiritual people. When we come in power, we're going to be peaceful people. Okay? But you brute beasts out there, y'all going to have a chance to be tough. Y'all YNs out there, y'all going to have y'all chance to be tough. You people that believe in this system, that's going to read these documents when they drop, and you feel stabbed in the back and violated because you will help to perpetuate a lie, you're going to have your time to get your get back at the system, and you're going to do it. Okay? With that, man, I hope this was edifying to somebody, and I want to give all infinite honors, prayers and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Harakwakwadosh. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who will teach well into the other. I out here pushing this truth to the four winds. Keep pushing. I can calm Yasharala, Abal, Babal. Until next time, Akiyam. Shalom.